Look to see you soon, Coach.
Kick angled out of bounds. And they're walking. It looks like he's going to spot it just about at the 25-yard line.
Good field position all night for the Tiger offense.
Short field right here, and you just want to.
I think if we get a score here, these stands may clear out a little bit on this home side.
I thought everybody just went down to get them a little Coke and popcorn or something a while ago, but they hadn't come back up. Maybe it's a long line down there, Jeremy. I don't know.
Well, we went down there at halftime. There was quite a few people down there. So
good crowd coming from Texarkana over across the way wearing orange.
You know we're going to travel well. Our cheerleaders, our band, our drill team, they show up.
Student council.
Good job right here by Cam. He's sitting here looking. He's got a big post over the middle, and the ball is going to be dropped. Man, he had Booney underneath, wide open.
He was underneath, and he wanted to hit Javari coming out of the backfield. I think that was his first guy, and he gave him a little time, and because of it, offensive line gave him plenty of time, and he was able to go to his second guy, but second guy couldn't tell, kind of got run over in the end zone, but you got 2nd and 10.
Some good protection all night for the most part. 2 receivers left, inline tied into the boundary. Cam's going to hand the ball off. That's one where you could pull it right there on the zone read and run right around the edge and probably bounced his head off the goalpost.
Yep.
But handing it to number 4 is always a good plan, so we're not going to criticize Cam too much on that, but it will bring up a 3rd and long.
I think Javari's getting a breather out there. I think that was number 19. Ahmad Moore.
Sure is.
Sophomore running back.
Ahmad, absolutely. Got a plethora of young skill guys on the field. Cam's got his eyes downfield. He looks at B. Hall on the corner route.
Oh,
way
B.
in
Hall
the corner.
In the corner. Touchdown, Tigers. What a throw by Cam Reitner, and man, I'm telling you, if that ball is anywhere around B. Hall, in fact, B. Hall was trying to throw it to the official and it wouldn't come off that glove.
That's what we call it, offensive coaching, that's called a 7 route. And if Cody Reese is watching, I guarantee you he can tell you that's my favorite pass route being an O-line coach, because the 7 route is always open.
I don't know why they don't call it a 6 route, because that's what it goes for when B. Hall is running it.
So great throw by Cam. Perfect ball placement. Great job from B. Hall going up and make a play. So that brings it to 35-7, pending the extra point.
Good snap, good hold, and he's back right down the middle as Mr. Delk. And the Tigers 36, Hallsville Bobcats 7 with 4:34 on the clock left. And we're going to take a quick break and be right back here in Hallsville, Texas. Man, that was a Sports Center top 10 catch. I know it was, and really good to hit B. Hall and get up 36-7, Jeremy, and maybe get some extra guys. We've been rotating pretty good tonight, gotten some younger guys. Man, we're constantly calling out some freshman and sophomore names.
The future is bright for the Tigers. We're young in a lot of critical spots, but those young players are stepping up, making a lot of plays defensively, offensively, on special teams. It's all about the next guy up mentality here for the Texas High Tigers.
Oh, good form tackle right there, exactly how you teach it.
That looks like Marcus Hall, number 9.
That's him. That's him. He's had a big night on special teams.
Special teams, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you just want to see this game go quick. You want to see, like, you know, we've been pretty banged up over the last couple of weeks. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys not playing, and seeing some guys step up. Man, you really gotta, you know, coaching staffs haven't, you know, put guys in certain spots, and they've done a great job. But guys are making plays at you know, it just seems like when their numbers called, Jeremy.
Yeah, we've had about 8 to 10 guys from the last week to this week carried over with injuries. You know, so we have some new guys out here playing. But I will say this, Coach Stanford does stress a next guy up mentality, so he's not really interested on who's out there as far as he wants production from everybody that's on the field. So we and I tell you, the young guys have answered the call for sure, but look to get a few more players healthy over the next week or so. So hopefully we'll get some people back healthy. But either way, the Tigers have shown up right now in a 36-7 game with 3:55 left in the third quarter. Hallsville is second in about 8. Quarterback takes the snap, and he pulls it on his own read, and Tristan Powell is all over him.
Man, what a play by Tristan Powell. And, you know, there was a couple of plays early in the year that Tristan Powell broke through and got to the quarterback. He's really come on. He
has that senior leadership at linebacker. You know, you're playing that Mike linebacker position. You're responsible for getting defenders set, getting your linemen in front of you set, and reading your keys and going sideline to sideline. And he's done a tremendous job the last few weeks.
Man, seen him watching a ton of film.
Number 11, overthrowing. He's throwing it.
Good coverage downfield.
Number 5.
Tim Scott was on him, and it's going to bring up a
punting.
4th down, and they're going to punt again.
I know Coach Wilson and Coach Hawk are happy. They've had a lot of 3-and-outs tonight. They've been in really good down and distances for the most part for the entire game. Each possession, giving up 7 points. I think they'll take that every single night.
Absolutely. And there's nothing to.
And that was on a throwback quarterback screen, and linemen were downfield, and that should have been a penalty, but that's neither here nor there.
That's right.
That's just our man up here was not arguing that official on that call on the throwback to the quarterback, which should have been behind line. Either way.
He keeps watching us. He needs to watch.
So it is 4th down, and Hallsville will punt from their 29-yard line. He will catch it. Get a good low liner.
Punt. Get it, TJ.
He's going to let it go out about the 20.
He's going to let it go out of bounds. There's no sense in grabbing that one, and they'll get it. That was a really good change of a field position by their punter. He's had kind of a Jekyll and Hyde night, and he hits that one and gets a good roll on it, and TJ just kind of got away from that one, and they're going to get it. We're going to spot the ball right at the 20, and we're going to have 80 yards to go. We're going to see who trots out for us.
I think Coach Stanford will try to keep the ones in through the rest of this third quarter, and then he'll look to bring in some other players.
May get to see Worth McMillan tonight.
I know I do see Tucker Nichols in at right guard. He's kind of the 6th man. In O-line, you always have a swing guy. But he's smart enough to play every position on the line. Cam is looking down the field. He's got a receiver, TJ, with a step. And
TJ catches it. Well covered. What a play by TJ, and great throw. Cam puts it right in the bread basket, right on the numbers. TJ Gray says, I'm not going to Tulsa just yet. Throw me the dang ball, and he catches another long one on his mama's birthday, and I bet she's watching back home.
Oh, you know she's watching. She's screaming, yelling. That's her baby boy.
Yeah, and TJ's coming out, and now number 11, Amarian Reese, is going to come in.
Really good job by Cam staying inside the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, feeling that pressure.
Oh, good little run right there. It's come in, and you don't see any, you don't see any drop off, and that's what the coaches say. They say, hey, be ready, next man up. Hey, when we get a lead, you go in, you do your job, and we'll score too.
The last thing you want to happen is the offense start puttering, guys missing assignments, things going bad. So really good job. There's a six-pack.
Touchdown, Tigers. Ahmad Moore, sophomore running back. He gets the call and gets into the end zone, and great blocking by the offensive line, and the Tigers score again. It's going to take us up to 42-7, pending extra point, Jeremy.
We're about to get to half 100 here in Hallsville, Texas.
You know, this is what you wanted to see the Tigers come out and do, especially in the second half, scoring every possession.
And it all starts with a good offensive line play. Javari's a good running back, solid running back. We're having some issues on the snap.
Just don't get hurt. Just get down.
We do have a new holder, Worth McMillan, so this is his first action at holder with Cam playing quarterback. So
they jumped over there. I don't know if we got a flag or anything, but, boy, they sure jumped on that other side, and no call. And we're going to take a break and be right back here in Hallsville, Texas.
What's it like at Texarkana College? Life-changing. Starting here means you can go anywhere. We offer student support, student life, dual credit, and hands-on training. And now you can enroll anytime. We'll help you start your future at Texarkana College. Get started by visiting us on campus or online at texarkanacollege.edu. Your future starts here.
Here at Local Habit Coffee Company, we are true coffee connoisseurs and the area's only third wave coffee shop. We are excited as football and fall rolls around to introduce this year's fall drink lineup. We have an all-organic homemade pumpkin spice latte, a delicious s'mores latte, and finally, a smoked maple bourbon cortado that can only be described as fall in a cup. No matter what your preference, you can get your dose of fall right here at Local Habit. We cannot wait to see you in one of our shops, and remember to go make something good happen.
We're back here live in Hallsville, Texas, where Franklin Delk's re-teeing it up. The wind kind of knocked it off. I saw Local Habit in their coffee shop. Man, I tell you what, I know I don't like coffee, but I love their hot chocolate. I'm just not a coffee fan, but we appreciate them for sponsoring.
Seeing them defensive guys running down there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he's grown up all, for the first, through the first 4 games, he's got 2 or 3 interceptions, and he's making plays, and we're calling his name constantly, and he's one of those young guys out there on that Tiger defense that are stepping up. So kudos to him. I always mess with him about his older brother, B. Hall.
Yeah.
About who is the better Hall.
Looks like we may have a new quarterback in the backfield. Is that right, Jeremy?
Looks like number 19. I can give you a name on that. It is Josh Seal, the junior, 6-foot junior. He calls for the ball. Simple inside zone play. He's going to get stopped for probably a 2-yard loss.
I don't know if you saw it, but right as they snapped that ball, that 20-yard line just kind of raised up about 3 inches, and it tripped him.
That's number 16, the freshman, Aaron Kelly, on the play.
All right.
Little freshman, not a little freshman, but a freshman making the play. I know his dad's watching. Cameron Radney, my former lineman, is watching Camo out there at the University of Arkansas.
Man, really good tackle by Tim Austin out there on the corner. And Ann Tarwater is watching. She said, "Go Tigers." Varsity tennis is playing Wills Point tomorrow. They're 4-1 in district play. That tennis, man, they just keep rolling, and Coach Tarwater does a great job with them. And, man, if you get a chance, go out and support them. They do a great job on social media, but those kids deserve all the best because they work extremely hard. So we're proud of that program. They do it the right way.
They always are hitting them tennis balls.
They keep
reloading. They hit them things all day long from morning until dark. You hear that racket hitting them balls. So.
We got a
Coach Tarwater always does a great job.
Timeout by Hallsville. We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back for the end of the third quarter. we're back here live in Hallsville where they just had an incomplete pass, and it's going to take it to 4th and 10 on their own 23, and they're going to be dropping back. Number 9 is going to drop back to punt for Hallsville. We'll put TJ Gray back.
We've been getting 3 and outs all night defensively.
Man, I'm telling you, no matter who we put in, they just keep making plays.
Tell them we keep calling young players' names all night. We'll take it each week. High arcing punt. TJ calls for the fair catch. He gets a little bit
flag.
of interference.
That's a flag. Yep, that's what it is. He's going to get an interference. We'll get the ball 5 yards from there, and we'll stay here, Jeremy, and try. Looks like there's 32 seconds on the clock with the Tigers up 42-7.
Just try to get it to the 4th quarter.
That's right.
Get the clock running, get out of here without anybody injured, any kind of foolish penalties, any kind of negative things that could hurt you going into next week's homecoming game. So we are going to wait and see what the call is, but it's pretty much going to be a kick-catch interference.
I'm telling you, this guy's been hard on the officials tonight, and I don't think they heard a word he said. I know I have. It's wearing me out. That's okay. He paid for that seat on the 50. He gets to. And here we go. With 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, your new quarterback is Worth McMillan.
Worth getting some action right here. We're going to run a counter play right here with Ahmad Moore running the ball.
All right. He's running hard, boy. You can't. 2-3 guys couldn't bring him down, but they got the 4th and 5th in there, and Ahmad really, taking his opportunity to tote the pill. You're going to see it.
He's holding that ball tight to his chest. He don't want to do anything that's going to hinder Coach Stanford from putting him in the future. So holding on to that ball for those running backs are paramount.
Clock's ticking down, 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Stay with us right through the commercial break, and we'll be right back for more Texas High football in the 4th quarter.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
And we're back live. We're going to start the 4th quarter with the Tigers driving inside Hallsville's 45-yard line at about the 43, and we've got a 2nd and 10 with Worth McMillan calling plays.
Worth hands off to Ahmad.
Good push, good drive by Ahmad. Gets about 5 yards and bring out 3rd and 5. We're going to get
if you notice, the first O-line is still in there.
Okay.
Coach Stanford, he's not big into switching up a whole bunch of mass subs early in the 4th quarter, just because he don't want young players to be in the game with. You want to have a foundation where you can keep a push up front, where you don't turn a whole bunch of people loose.
Keelan Nash in the backfield with Worth.
Good job right here on the bootleg.
Oh, no. And Worth's going to.
Pressure is going to force an interception.
Yep, gets hit and the ball flutters, and because of it, out rolling left, that ball goes straight up in the air, and really good interception by an Hallsville DB. And Tigers are going to turn it over on the 35-yard line. And And Hallsville will have it with 11:15 left, down 42-7 to the Tigers.
Tell them pretty good job by the Bobcat defense forcing a turnover. I know Coach Wilson and Coach Hawk is still amplified on that sideline, pumping the defense up to get another 3 and out. Either way, brings up a 1st down and 10 for Hallsville. We get a false start or offsides, and he's making an early exit.
Yeah. Senator Carper came in and
he
got a play and kind of jumped off sides. And that's something, that I've noticed. They've been going on a hard count all night long, and the Tigers have yet until this 4th quarter, and they're getting some guys in, just kind of jumped. But they'll bring him out and get him over there and coach him up and get him back in, get him some more PT.
Till the ball is snapped with a zone insert play. Old school ISO football for a 1st down for the Bobcats to about the 46-yard line. Good old isolation play, the new tempo no huddle. Just ISOing up on a linebacker there. A lot of young Tigers out on the field, mixed in with some starters are still on the field. But I can see the big freshman 16 Kelly, who is going to be a really, really good player for the Tigers in the future, getting him some action up here with the big lead for the Tigers. It's always good to mix in some young cats. Inside zone. Yeah.
Really good tackle. I don't know whether we got illegal hands to the face, or I think it's going to be on us, but I don't know. Let's see what they call. One of their helmets came rushing off, but it was a really good job. Who was that got in and made the tackle? I didn't see who it was, Jeremy, but
looked like from here, looked like 58 from here.
These guys said they've been doing it all night. I've used that line a time or two.
He's been consistent.
Yeah, every play.
Consistently, however, it's not making much of a difference here at Bobcat Stadium.
No, he told that guy, he said, "You've cost us 10 points. Unfortunately, they'd still be down about 30.
Yeah, so
they
are running the clock, so we are under 10:30 here in the 4th quarter.
Speaking of 10:30, I was hoping we got home by 10:30. We won't be done by 10:30.
No, I don't think we will.
That's okay. We'll stay till the end.
Hey, we ain't going nowhere. We were dancing in the break just a second ago. Our Tiger band and drill team and cheerleaders, they were firing it up, and they're still having a party on that other side of the field, I promise you. It's not real loud over here on this side right now, except for a few fans talking to the officials. But on the other end, on the Tiger side, they are having a party over there.
There goes AK, Aaron Kelly, the freshman, defensive line. We're going to call his name a bunch in this 4th quarter, I have a feeling.
Shout out to Ronnie Lawless Reitner.
Yeah.
It was Cooper. Sorry about that. We are way back here, my man. It is really hard to see, but we will try to keep our numbers correct. The good thing is the numbers we are calling are a lot of young Texas High defensive players, so the future is going to remain bright for all the young guys. Quarterback keeps it on a handoff. He passes out to the flats. It's going to hit him in a bad place.
Right in the hands.
Right in the hands. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they are more than likely going to go for this. It's either I'm wrong or the down box is wrong, because they're showing 3rd down. So either they're wrong or I'm wrong. I know our Tiger fans are glad to see this blowout, but when you're calling a game, right now is when we would insert the weekly wrestling segment. but
it's going to be all, that would be all you.
Hey, next week I'm going to try to get Jacob Skinner, the former Texas High punter, All-State punter, my college roommate at the University of Arkansas, former basketball coach here at Texas High. I'm going to try to get him up there in the booth with us if he can come up for our homecoming deal in the 4th quarter. Hopefully we're beating Mount Pleasant like this, so we can have our wrestling segment at the start of the 4th quarter with me and Coach Skinner and Todd Marshall.
Good job by E.J. McElroy. He was in on that one.
Speaking of All-Staters, we got Nate Jones, the former Texas Longhorn, watching. My buddy Nate Jones.
He throws those horns up every time he sees me, and it just makes me cringe. But
tell you, Nate Jones was one of the times. He was one of the guys that played as a freshman up here. Not too many
balls
freshmen
on the ground. Can't get it out there. Really good. Who was that? 95. Yeah, that's big 95 Orlando Barnes.
I'm gonna get Orlando. I'm gonna ask him if I can tell his nickname, and the Texas High faithful will love the nickname we gave Orlando when he was a freshman and sophomore. It's fantastic.
Defense stepped up again, and they're going to turn the ball over on downs, and it'll be Texas High Tiger football right at about the 37-yard line. Worth McMillan trots the offense back out. Got some new guys out there. We'll try to get some names. I know one of them, Sanders Wiggins, had a good touchdown on the JV a couple weeks ago.
Tell them, look like we're going to hand the ball off here a few times and keep this clock running, which is a good plan. We want to get out of here as healthy as we can. We might get out with another score.
Man, he had really good. That's
Keelan.
That's Keelan Nash again, and through the hole, had really good ball security, and man, it doesn't matter who you put in. It looks like Nichols still in there, and they're going to try to keep us rolling.
We will have Logan Parsons.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I can tell you his nickname. I used to call him Sticks because he's so tall and so skinny. I called him Sticks. But 66 Logan Sticks Parsons is now in the game, mixed in with a few others. We'll try to get you names and numbers here shortly.
Oh, geez.
This right here is where Coach Stanford gets real unhappy when you start having things of that nature happen offensively.
Yeah, like you said, once we got
Hayden Smith, the big junior.
Once Cam came in last week, there were a few center exchanges off, and you just said, it's just timing and everything, and Worth hadn't been out there a whole lot, and they're wanting the clock wound, and now they get it going. We're at 7:30.
We'll say we got trying to give my lineman some love. Ben Maxey out there, number 60. So we've got pretty much the whole second offense in, but really good job running and coming off the ball. You're getting some push up front, which is good.
Keelan's running hard.
He's running hard. Tell him I'll get Nate Jones up there one game too up in the box. Get a Longhorn up there. I'm kind of partial to my Hogs, but my man Nate Jones, a Longhorn alumni.
Devin Moore out
national champion.
Devin Moore, a senior. Wide receiver. He split out wide right. This is when my man Trey Lavender used to get in the game. This was my favorite part of the game.
Trey I just tell him to drag his feet on that sideline if he catches, no matter if he needs to or not. Drive.
A good play right there. Boom. Wow.
That right there gets you fired up right there.
Man, that's right, and that's what you want to see. It's number 43.
Crew Kirkendall.
Crew Kirkendall, a junior. That was a really good play and a good pass by it's going to bring up fourth down, but good pass by Worth. Hit him on the run, and he's just like, I'm not going around anybody. This is my chance. I'm getting on him.
Crew's a physical guy, strong guy, and he's not going to make anybody miss too much in open field. I know Coach Elliott's probably happy that he lowered the boom on that guy. But Crew's not going to make you miss too much.
And we got a new punter back there. Oh, good kick.
It's probably my man Leyva.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, it just didn't get a good roll, but that was Kevin, and he's a senior kicker for the Tigers.
Me and him have a deep love for Selena.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with Selena.
I would definitely, I'd always mix in some Selena on our playlist on Mondays and Tuesday practices.
5:48. Give us another shout out, Jeremy. Who's watching? Class of 85 will be in the house Friday, says Tracy Williams.
We have a lot of them next week. Like I said, my class, the class of 2003, our 20 years is next week. We homecoming against Mount Pleasant Tigers, so it'll be a Tiger for Tiger battle. We've been beating them for years, except for the state championship year. Not to bring up bad luck, but either way, I
was at that game.
We'll have a big crowd next week at Grimm Stadium with there's a number of different homecomings next week, whether it's a 20 or 30 or so. we'll have a really, really big crowd next week at Grimm Stadium. Officially, it's
Tiger Stadium at Grimm
Tiger
Park.
Stadium at Grimm Park. Unofficially, I think everybody I know still calls it Grimm, baby.
I still call one of them Joe Robbie Stadium that hadn't been Joe Robbie in a long time. So
Tell them. David Allday, shout out to class of 07. We get your shout out. We're giving shout outs right now, so get them in.
It's the all request and dedication
all
line.
Request.
Me and Jeremy are running it. Speaking of running it, they're trying to run the ball and get out of here as well.
Rachel Cheatham, 2005 Texas High graduate. Always glad to have the former Tigers show up. I don't know if my wife heard me or not, but I'm going to give my wife, make sure I give her a shout out. She woke me up on the couch at about 5:25, said, "Are you going to the game?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, you better get up." I was watching a little Game of Thrones.
Thank goodness you were my ride.
I know it. I fell asleep, and glad thing she woke me up. My Aunt Christy Thomas just logged in. Aunt Chris. She's always watching the Tigers, cheering on the Tigers. We do have a football game too.
That's right.
Unfortunately, it's not very close for the commentary aspect of it.
That's all right. I'll take these every day. I like these. We've had a few close ones.
I tell you, I wish we could get. You ought to see our band over there. They got lights going. They're dancing. I'm telling you, they are partying over there on the visitor section. Over here, it's real quiet, but over there,
they got every right to. And I don't see a person that is left in our stands during this game. They're going to stay for the full deal.
They got a light show over. They're rolling over there. I love it. Cheerleaders are dancing. I think every member of our band is moving right now. I don't know how they have enough energy because they've been doing this all night. Either way, back to action. We get a quarterback keep off the zone read. He runs around the outside on a 4th down. Main deal is the clock will continue to run. So
and I've seen several comments by people that said, "Great job by TigerVision," and man, they've really done well. We'll give them a shout out to the crew: Tech Director Zach Doty, Tight Camera David Mayo, Wide Camera Victoria Dean, Sideline Live Shot Lil Sanchez, Highlights Ashley Davis. The clock, no other than Mr. A. He's a Gopher driver servant extraordinaire, Ben Mayo, down at the end.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm telling you, he was bringing us waters. I had to tell him no more. I need to go. Well, never mind.
Tell him I will give a shout out to Miss Olivia Webb. She said she's sitting on her back porch enjoying the Tigers. So shout out to Miss Webb up there at Texas High. She always does more than enough in the CTE department to make sure.
I'll tell you what, as Mr. Mayo gives us a shot from across the way, once they play the tuba song, it's night for the other team.
It is loud. I love it. They're partying.
And everybody gets in it. Boy, the band, the high steppers, the
look at him. Yeah, they got it on camera. Look at him. They've been doing that the whole game. I'm telling you, since the first quarter, there's nobody sitting down, and they got lights going, and they got the tuba song, and they've been doing that for the whole game. In a game that's really not been that close competitive.
Oh.
But
there
they were loud.
16. He was in there. AK, Aaron
Kelly.
That's
a long line of Kellys come through TISD, and he is going to be probably his uncle and his dad probably say different, but he might be better than both of them were coming through here. Yeah, he's going to be a really good player. The young freshman, the young cats is what I like to call them.
Yeah.
But Ahmad Moore, the cousin of Miss LaQuita Reitner, our building maintenance specialist at Wake Village. She always taking care of Wake Village Elementary. So,
3rd and 6 for Hallsville. 1:28 on the clock.
We are almost done, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there he is again. AK, boy, keeps getting in on the tackle. Also, that was number 21, Zion Dillard in. Look at him, Jeremy. Nothing better than the tuba song.
Can't beat it.
Texas High, and Arnie Lawson does a great job with our band, and everybody dances when they light that thing up.
Former quarterback Chris Marshall logged in.
Yeah.
Former quarterback from the 02 state championship team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris. I will say this, for the last 4 minutes I haven't even watched the game, which is not good for a commentator because I've just been watching the band and the drill team and the cheerleaders over there dancing and having a good time. But I do see 16 Kelly they played number 12 in the last 12 plays.
No doubt, him and Cedric Harbor. Cedric is a junior and AK's a senior, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs. It's going to be Texas high ball, and it looks like the clock.
Hey, I will, before we get out of here, I've got to give a shout-out to my man Brock Norton, the 2022, one of my former linemen. He was the Swiss Army knife. I'm telling you, he could play everywhere. Good player for us.
No doubt.
Great young man, and he loves wrestling about as much as I do. So we had
35 seconds on the clock, Jeremy, and it's going to be our favorite formation.
Victory formation.
Victory formation. I'd like to line up in this once a game, every game.
All our young players, lined up defensively. I say it all the time each week, but I'm telling you, it's alignment and assignment football defensively. Then it's just effort and wrapping up, making tackles. Getting pressure up front defensively is the key to the game. Normally going into every game, it always comes down on this level of football is winning the line of scrimmage, and I think it's pretty evident. We won the line of scrimmage on both sides, offensively and defensively. So really kudos to them. This has been one of the games that's not been as competitive as it has been the last probably 5 to 6 years. But kudos to our Coach Stanford getting the guys ready. I know the staff works every day just from being on Coach Stanford's staff since 2015. They work 7 days a week, and there's no telling how many hours that they work each week to get a game plan that's good for the players, to put them in the best situation. You see the cheerleaders right there. They've been doing that all night long.
that redheaded one right there. She is a beaut.
Yep. I'm telling you, they've been doing that all night, and they've had a really good time, really big win for the Tigers.
Well, I'll tell you what, next weekend is homecoming. So y'all come out to Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park, and we will see you next week. And we are out of here from Hallsville, Texas, where your Tigers win 42-7. Go Tigers!
See you at Grimm next week.